From the soil to white sugar, its journey through fields and factories. Sugar, the essential ingredient in our daily lives, is added to almost every drink and meal. But have you ever wondered how sugarcane and beet turn into those fine white crystals we know? In this video, we'll take you on a journey through every stage of sugar production, from harvest to store shelves. We'll explore the precise details of each step to understand how sugar transforms from a raw plant to a ready-to-use product. How is it extracted? How is it processed? And how is it packaged to reach us as we see it? And finally, what's the difference between sugar made from cane and beet? Phase 1. Harvesting and collection. Harvesting is the real starting point of sugar production, where cane and beet begin their journey from the soil to the factories. Sugarcane is grown in tropical regions like Brazil, India, and Egypt, where it thrives in fertile soil with plenty of heat and water. The cane grows to impressive heights of 3 to 4 meters, and after about 12 to 18 months, it's harvested using massive machines that quickly and efficiently cut the thick stalks. The cut cane is loaded into large trucks and transported to sugar factories where the transformation from raw plant to edible material begins. The second source of sugar is the beet, which is cultivated in colder regions like Russia and Europe, or relatively mild ones like Egypt, where it thrives in cool climates. After 6 to 7 months of growth, beets are harvested using specialized machines that lift the roots from the soil. Unlike cane, beets are stored in cool warehouses after harvesting to prevent spoilage before being transported to factories. They're also thoroughly washed to remove soil and impurities before pressing. Phase 2. Crushing and juice extraction. Once cane and beet arrive at the factory, the first processing stage begins to produce sugary juice, the base of final sugar. Cane is thoroughly washed to remove dirt, then transported to crushers with huge hydraulic presses that extract the juice. This process uses high pressure to release juice from the cane's inner fibers. The initial juice is screened for quality and filtered to remove large particles before moving on to the next processing phase. Beets are first sliced into small strips, then carefully washed to remove any surface impurities. After washing, the beet slices are soaked in hot water for a set time to extract juice effectively. The resulting juice is rich in sucrose, but also contains impurities like organic acids and salts, which must be removed before proceeding. The chemical process in the juice. In both cases, the juice contains sucrose along with unwanted substances like organic acids, proteins, and plant debris that could affect the sugar's taste. The juice is purified using chemicals like lime and alkaline substances that help precipitate these impurities for easy removal in the next steps. Phase 3. Evaporation and concentration. After juice extraction, it needs to be concentrated to become thicker before being turned into raw sugar. Sugarcane juice is boiled in large tanks under specific pressure, where water evaporates, leaving behind concentrated syrup. Temperature is precisely controlled to concentrate the juice without affecting the sugar itself. The evaporation in beet is similar, as its juice is also boiled in dedicated evaporators. However, due to chemical differences between cane and beet juice requires more filtering and refining before proceeding to the next phase.
Phase 4. Crystallization, turning syrup into raw sugar. Once the juice is thickened into syrup, crystallization begins, turning the syrup into raw sugar with a brownish color. The concentrated syrup is transferred to crystallization tanks, where tiny sugar crystals gradually begin to form. Crystallization is stimulated using special condensers to ensure consistent crystal formation. This is the raw sugar. Beet syrup undergoes the same process, but due to its composition, it requires additional agents like activated carbon to filter color and yield clear white sugar. The crystallization process also includes repeated steps to filter and shape the sugar. The crystals are separated from the remaining liquid through filtration or centrifugal separation. These formed crystals are raw sugar, but further purification steps follow from here. Phase 5. Purification and refining. After crystallization, many impurities still affect the sugar's color and quality. The crystals are washed using activated carbon or phosphate to remove dark color and remaining impurities. They are then coated with hot water solution so the crystals gather and become purely white. This stage gives white sugar its familiar look, clean and refined. Phase 6. Drying and packaging. Refined sugar is dried using special ovens to ensure there's no moisture. After drying, it is granulated and packaged into bags, ready for market distribution. Packaging is automated. Machines measure the weight, seal the bags, and send them to storage. Although sugarcane is the dominant global source, traditional methods still exist. Farmers manually press cane using metal crushers to extract juice and boil it by hand. This method is old, but still used in some regions for local purposes. How does sugar production impact the economy? Sugar, the simple ingredient that sweetens our drinks, is more than just a food product. It is an economic engine powering major economies, from Brazil and India to Russia and Europe. Sugarcane yields around 70 to 100 tons of juice per hectare annually, while beet produces about 40 to 50 tons per hectare. Each ton of cane or beet yields about 100 to 120 kilograms of raw sugar. In Brazil, sugar is a major GDP contributor, with 26 million tons produced annually and over 15 million tons exported. Though beet requires extra processing, it's better suited for cold climates and forms a strong sugar base in Europe and Russia. Although sugar seems simple, its production costs are not. Costs vary by region, but generally, factory production costs range from $50 to $100 per ton. On the global market, prices rise to $350 to $500 per ton, depending on supply and demand. Despite costs, sugar is highly profitable, with profit margins reaching 40 to 50% in some major producers. Sugar production is not just an agricultural or food process, it's an economic pillar in many countries. Brazil and India are the key players in the global sugar industry, one of the largest in the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to follow more exciting topics.